Live from the studio at the Northwest Florida School of Biblical Studies, this is Have a Bible Question, where you are part of the program. Now, let's go to the Bible for answers to your Bible questions.
We have with us Dr. Jeff Miller from Apologetics Press. Jeff, how are you doing tonight?
Excellent. How are you guys doing?
Man, we're doing great. You got the fancy background, got the green screen thing going there.
Yeah.
All right.
We're having to use it, do this Zoom stuff so much, I decided to go ahead and do something with it.
Well, I think it's pretty neat. I like that. Kind of gives you an ambiance, almost mystical going on. But for those that aren't familiar with you, your dad's pretty well known. I am right in that. Dave Miller's your father, right?
Dave Miller's my dad, yeah.
All right. I've got to tell you, I met your dad and your sister when I was preaching at Northside in Meridian, Mississippi. And your dad really, really impressed me at that point because he came in and I was a young preacher. And, he just came in and he sat through Bible class, he sat through worship, and on the way out, he introduced himself and shook my hand, and he said, Dave Miller. And there were some issues going on then that I had heard the name and I didn't know how to say, are you that Dave Miller? And he was like, yes. I said, oh, okay, good. It's great to meet you. And I hadn't been at Apologetics Press that long at all, but he sent a nice card, and he noticed I had a young son at the time who now drives, but he sent him some books from Apologetics Press in the mail. I just thought that was really impressive. Just the way
How about that?
Good Christian gentleman.
So which one of my sisters did you meet, I wonder?
I have no idea.
I've got 3, so.
Oh, wow. Now, are you the only son then?
That's right, yeah.
All right. Well, I think a lot of your dad, I could talk about stories where I had to go teach adult Bible class, and there was Frank Chesser and your dad sitting in the young adult class. That was not intimidating at all. But your background, just for our audience, tell a little bit about yourself.
Well, my background is more in the sciences, so at Apologetics Press, I'm the full-time science guy, and so lots of degrees and whatnot in science-related fields that help me to be able to do what I do in really more the physical side of Christian evidences.
I got you. So we tell people Dr. Jeff Miller is there. What are those degrees? Just if somebody's watching this and they say, why him?
Well, yeah, so I've got a bachelor's in physical science, bachelor's in mechanical engineering, master's in mechanical engineering with a thermal science emphasis, and then a PhD in biomechanical engineering from Auburn University, War Eagle.
I'm sure some of them
sneak that right in there.
Yeah. I love that. And but you choose to, you hear all this engineering stuff, you think like high dollar jobs but you've chosen to really focus in on this nonprofit. And I promise you, if you're working Apologetics Press, I'm confident that you could have been making more in the secular world, but you chose to.
Most certainly.
What led you to decide to pursue working with Apologetics Press?
It was just providential. I had not planned on that. In fact, I remember back in high school, I remember there being there was a lectureship that was going on at my home congregation, and I think it was Bert Thompson and Wayne Jackson had come to speak, and I still distinctly remember my dad asking me, "What would you think about working for AP one day?" And I said, "No way, not interested. I wouldn't want to have to do science-related stuff, deal with evolution all day, every day, and just providentially, there was just steps that I took based on God opening up certain doors that just led me to the point where I felt like clearly that's what God's expecting me to do, so I did it. there were other options that I was considering at the time, but that was a pretty clear open door, and I felt like that was the way to go, and felt like God had prepared me for that in various ways. Even though, again, I hadn't anticipated that, I hadn't planned on it, but it really has been a perfect fit for me.
Well, Apologetics Press has been around for a long time. Many people, I remember as a child going listening to Bert Thompson, and you're able to work with Kyle Budd, Eric Lyons, and of course your dad. And I think Caleb Collett does a little bit of work with you guys, if I remember right.
He has more in the past. We haven't got, but he's still considered an auxiliary writer for AP. Whenever he gets a chance, he'll write something for us. He got his PhD in philosophy, and so he's able to put out some good stuff as well that can be useful to us.